Hey, hey, hey. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get it out on socials. Give me a moment. Por favor. And then down to talk. Down to talk. All right. Hey, how are you, Chuck Yu? Hey, Saliga. Hey, Isabella's. I apologize. Sorry, I was trying to get everything up and running. I don't really have a goal for this stream. Sorry for no face cam. Unfortunately, I thought that like the GoPro was just acting up the one time, and it's not that. It's like broken or something. Hey, Rick Freeman, what's up? What's up, Kill It Kalami? So I assume people are going to want to talk about the update, talk about insect talent points. So I'm down to talk about either of those if you guys have questions. Yeah, Levy. So if you're talking about with the update to Lost Island, hey, Daniel. If you're talking about the update to Lost Island, it's going to make it so that way instead of a short cycled migration, I don't think we're going to do a migration. It's going to allow like people that didn't make the migration initially to meet with other or meet with the alliance that made the other migration. So that way people could still play with their friends and stuff like that. I think it'll be a pretty cool feature if it's pulled off properly. Obviously, I haven't seen it done, but I think it'll be a pretty cool feature overall. Yeah, absolutely. I do my best to answer questions from anyone that pings me in Discord. Sometimes I'm not the most active. Life's super hectic. We're installing a new deck, and I've been working a lot of hours to try and pay for the deck, to be honest. So, hey, what's up, Zeus? I am really bad at remembering names to names, so I apologize if I call you Rick. What do you guys want to talk about? Any goals, any conversations you guys are looking for? Again, I'm down to talk about literally like virtually anything. I just I don't really have a goal right now. Hey, Geovers. Yeah, there's a tier list almost done. Um, one of the members of the Nerd Herd quit on Friday, and so we lost a really good opinion maker there. So not quit the Nerd Herd specifically, quit the game. So I have been kind of like trying to chill and maybe find another Nerd Herd member. I rather the opinions be a little bit more balanced than one-sided. I thought you could insect talent at level 7. Is that not correct, Levy? A good battle report, Jesse. For what game mode? So I save, in order to monitor account progression, I save my best Pangolion hit for each battle and for Groundhog. So like this is my carrier Pangolion hit. My golden armor didn't really like go off or pop off or whatever you want to say, so it only got 9 hits. But my golden crystal got 17 hits. That was pretty epic. 17 out of 20 hits. And then my Chicory Master only got 14 out of 20 hits. So good or bad, depending on how you view it. I really wish I could star up Golden Crystal. It'd be cool to be able to do that. But for now, I'm just kind of saving for Chicory Master. I didn't buy any of the like bonus exotic shells that were out a couple of weeks ago. It's just not where I want to be at, spending that much money in the game. Yeah, Daniel. My server 7 account, I was at 179 mil or something like that from my last video, if you remember. 179 mil down to 51. It's crazy how much power I've been dropping. Chuck, the Guardians have been viable since I'd say Perwada, if I'm honest. I definitely think that there's viability there. It's just that overall it stunts growth because you can't do like you can't do well in groundhog, and it's pretty situational when they can do, and it's like significant pay to win. So like Guardians are pretty good, but all the good Guardian ants to make the Guardians good are pay to win or Lost Island ants. So Levi, that's Levi, that's fair, and I understand what you're saying about them not being good until level 9, but if you use your insect talent points to get to as high as you can, right? So whatever that is, then you can push farther inside of the insect talent cave, allowing you to get more insect talent stuff AFK as you go. So while I understand your opinion, I would say that the thinking's a little bit backwards due to end goals, if that makes sense. Again, I mean, your opinion is your opinion. I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong and the worst player ever. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to give you a different perspective, hopefully. So, yeah. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, no problem, Levi. Is New World General Guardian, Golden Armor, and Chicory Master a good lineup, or should I switch the formation? New World General's like okay. Kind of dropped out of meta after Lost Island, so it depends on what Lost Island ants you have. But it's still like a pretty good ant. I'd probably rank it around A, maybe B tier. Golden Armor's not really a PvP ant, not an ant that I would do. It's probably close to C tier. Chicory Master is an S tier ant, so I mean, the formation sounds like okay, but overall not. So Zeus, yeah, Marcus, that's huge. Zeus, I understand what you're saying about dropping power not working. Hopefully the matchmaking system's a little bit better this time. I would also like to point out that there's two different opinions as to what happens when dropping power. So there's a potential that dropping power the way that people are dropping it doesn't matter. Some people are saying that power is only based off of like these ones: evolution, special ant, and insect power, along with potentially genetics. And they're like removing troop power and maybe construction power. So I don't know if that's true. That'd be kind of backwards to do it that way, but that is some people's theories. Brandon, not everyone's gonna drop. It's just a strong recommendation, and even if it doesn't work for Lost Island, it helps a ton for Alliance Expedition, because that one is based off of true power. Absolutely, Killa. If you have the money to spend, Laffy Sniffers, like, it's S tier. There's a couple of Lost Island ants that are like pretty solid, but they need pairings with it. So Laffy Sniffer by far is probably one of the best ants. I would only, so personal opinion, I would only buy like one Laffy Sniffer an event, because that's $250. However, if you have the $750 to buy 2 in 1 event, go for it. Yeah, I mean, almost everyone's alliance levels are 11, 12, or 13. It's like pretty easy to get to 11 or 12, and then it's pretty hard to get anywhere past that. I have no idea what you're talking about, Pops. It hasn't given away pay to play ants at all. Yeah, I would love to have some pay to play ants. So I cannot help you there, Pops. Don't even understand the complaint. I'm gonna be honest. What else you guys got? What do you guys want to talk about? Again, this is kind of like your stream. I'm willing to talk about anything related to ants. You know, any question is valid. Whatever. There's no pay to play ant in the hatching. None of these ants are pay to play. None of those ants are pay to play. All right. Do you guys have any questions? Do you guys want to talk about the update? You guys want to talk about the tree? What do you guys want to talk about? Thanks, Gerald. I am starting to get back into the full swing of things. I was working like a whole lot of overtime to try and pay for a deck that we were getting installed. No, I would not D-star GT. If anything, I'd D-star SA. But if we like look at my formations, my golden crystal is my DPS with GTSA, and then I run my Shikari Master in a completely different formation. These are like pretty much my PvP lineups. This one might not be the best lineup. This one might be better, like with Bullet Ant up here and Crimson Fragger up here. But this is what I run right now. Yeah. Yeah, Marcus, I may not go with my main account and I may just go with my alt account. I don't think that I can handle that. Brandon, that's kind of mixed. So for like 3v3, it definitely makes a significant difference because evolutions aren't in effect and you're literally getting more troops per. So like I can definitely argue for having 3v3 having it, but for like, oh my goodness, I really don't have any. But for like PvP or for like PvP in general, I think genetics are significant, but again, not as important as other aspects. However, there's an insight in all of them, so your spending can be a little bit split, and there's a peak performance for spending. So I would probably break down your budget to include some of the level insects, which is what I assume is why you're asking. No, Marcus, Slim Arch is not nerfed. Predator's Trash Boy and Mimicry Masters SRA tier. For PvP, Gerald, or for PvE, like asking ranks is really difficult. Not trying to be rude, it's just that's not like the easiest question. GA is like C tier, Fragger is probably A or S tier, and JJ is B or A tier. The reason for that is because JJ has a higher peak damage, so it's like perfect for Groundhog because you're just looking for best procs. But Fragger's like very consistent damage, like all sorts of consistent damage. And so it's more predictable on what you're going to do. It's probably the most consistent ant in the game. And then Golden Armor is like a DPS, but it's second row, so it's not like the most important DPS, and it's going to get hit a little bit more. It also doesn't have like anything exciting, so. Blue, so if we were to look at, I did see the comment that we should talk about the update, so we will be talking about the update in a moment. So, oh, I do have enough. I should have redeemed. So I will be doing this one. I just need to get a 2-star. But my insect talent points overall are going into blue for combat attack, right? But there is like carry ant health here, and somewhere over here there's combat speed somewhere. I can't remember off the top of my dome. So I would push for that combat speed as well. I don't know why I can't remember where it is. But there's a oh, there it is. So I would build the red tree branch to get to here for combat speed. Only go for combat speed. I would build most of this blue out. I'd build the blue out for the most part for groundhog as well. And then orange is a little bit more complicated. This is for the carrier perspective. Obviously, all the trees are a little bit different. So it's not, I can't just give you this easy generic answer. I'm not trying to be rude. But yeah, so I'm going to upgrade this combat speed because it's really good. But that's defense, and then this is attack, so I'm going to upgrade this next. The reason that I'm going for that is combat speed is king in almost all forms of the game for PvP, and then attack is for groundhog, right? So groundhog's pretty important. If we look at my level 11, you can kind of see that, right? I did attack, I did combat speed, and now I'm pushing these. This is attack right here. This was attack right here. This is health, so I haven't pushed there. This is defense, haven't pushed there. So after this attack, I will kind of push a little bit farther, and that's kind of my goal. I don't plan on doing this one unless I have to, and I don't plan on doing this one unless I have to. But I'll do the circle. Again, this is for carriers, right? Because not all the combats or the talent tree isn't the exact same for everything here. So like here, this isn't combat speed, this is defense. But there's an attack node right there. This is attack, so I went here. So like this synthesis one is not the same because basic and defense are the same. If that makes any sense, are not the same. So it's not exact, and it depends on which ones you're doing. Pops, hatch. I mean, there's nothing more that you can do to gain spores other than hatch. If you're finishing 500 points, activity points, as many days as you can, you get a secondary egg. So that allows you to gain more and more points as you go. Once you're Queen 25, which I push people to be Queen 25 as fast as possible, as rapidly as possible, you get them during second show, which I can't show because I don't have it, or I've already passed it. But those are ways. And then doing force of nature inside of the transport tunnel, you get some more orange eggs in order to be able to hatch. And then for the VIP store, there's 500 spores here, but I buy it out. But I only buy out the store as much as I do because I'm VIP 15. So this is my pay to win account. I obviously had some, I did it free to play because it was during a time that I was thinking about quitting the game. But I already had the benefit of a lot of things on the account. This is a free to play account, or it's now a free to play account, and I just got VIP 15 2 days ago, I think Friday, maybe Thursday. So that took a long time. And I'm just starting to be able to buy out the tree. But as you can see, I don't have that many diamonds. So like this week, I won't be able to buy it out completely. And I prioritize different things over like eggs. But that's how you get spores. Okay, so pardon me. The Ants Studio, the update. So season sign-up requirements have been adjusted. I think this is because of one of my Patreons. She created 50 farm accounts in the course of like one day. Hey Victor, 50 farm accounts in the course of like 1 to 2 days. and signed up taking a spot, and it was all like tier 2, tier 3 special or accounts. But overall, this is a pretty good rule of thumb because tier 8s is really where you need to be at least. Cross server conviction is available. Alliance leaders can convene rulers from other servers to join the alliance. This is huge. I think it'll be very beneficial for like alliances that got split up halfway through migration. Quit the season in advance from the 17th day after. I really like this. Prevent burnout. What I don't like about it is people can't quit on an individual. It's initiating a vote. And some of the higher pay to win players of an alliance probably won't want to quit. I really think that this should be like individual quitting. I like that they're telling us about the event right away. So there's the new event, Marsh Hunters. This event will be available during the 8th to the 12th. Attack mud skippers to get season bonuses and various rewards. My only question is if season bonuses will stay permanent even after the event ends, or if it's just like 4 days of super PvP, you know? No, you're all good, Pops. I'll after we're done with the update, I'll try and talk to you about it a little bit better. From a maxed out account because both of mine are there. New item, season revival fungi. Season revival fungi can be used to heal soldier ants. We have also reduced the amount of honeydew consuming for soldier ants. So I'm a little bit worried about this. Situational, Gerald, but typically New World General. I'm a little bit worried about this. If I'm honest, the revival fungi. It depends on if it's like extreme pay to win. It also depends on if it's like either revival fungi or regular resources. So like after you run out, can you just use regular resources as well? Yeah. So I am very skeptical and very worried about the season revival fungi because if it's like locked behind a pay to win feature or like free to play doesn't have great access to it, that's going to be really bad. After the season ends, 70% of resources consumed in the season for healing soldier ants will be returned. I like this. I just worry that they're saying this and they mean only for season ants because that's what it was last time. We didn't get him back for regular troops. So I kind of worry that their wording is poor here. 70% isn't 100%, but they're telling us so far in advance. It's hard to be upset about that. Overall, I think that's a really good update because people can know going in. And honestly, I am at like 1.4 GCN now because of this, so I'm down for it. Excuse me. Remove the limit of 600 times in the Season Lost Island hatch event. That's huge, you guys. The pay-to-win players were super upset about that, and I can't believe they made that limit. I was so upset, and I didn't even buy more than I think I ended the hatch thing with like 113 or 100, maybe like 120 hatch. So, but you know, I want the game to do well from like people can spend on the game as much as they want in order to enjoy and get what they want. Having that limit was insane. I like the 100, 300, and 600 luck points. It kind of like gives incentive for free to play because free to play can get to 100. It gives incentive for like light to medium spenders to get to 3 to 100. It will be a little bit difficult, but you can get there. And then 600 is like whale territory. The Nerd Herd will obviously be putting out a chart to be able to get to 100, 300, and 600. Again, I expect 100 to be 100% free to play friendly. It was last time you ended with like 130 hatches or something like that, 100, 110, 114, I think. So don't worry about that. The 300 will cost a little bit of money, and then 600 will be whale territory. After the season ends, full participated rulers. So if you quit after the 17th day, not you, can get generous island participant awards. This game has a different definition of generous rewards. So hopefully the initial testing server is server 2 through server 50 or server 2 through 150 or something like that. So I'll be able to show you. There is speculation that'll be server 551 to 600 just because they've never had Lost Island. I really hope that's not the case. But again, whatever whatever it is, I'll do my best to get an account there and be able to show you guys content as soon as it is, so that way you guys can like make a wise decision how you want to. Added a limit to the number of clay for alliances can be obtained daily, and the alliance clay capacity. So that sounds cool, right? More clay, more towers, faster PvP, faster movement, stuff like that. But then it says when alliances build alliance towers out of initial place, the clay consumed will increase and the building and destruction speed will decrease. Like, what? So I guess like out of initial place, so it's out of your initial area, it'll cost more clay, so you can't go as far, but you'll be able to take your settlements earlier in there. I do like that the destruction speed will decrease, because that stuff was insane for how long it took. So hopefully that means that it's going to take even less time. Added land of Clash of Wonder occupation rewards to season rewards. I don't fully understand, but sure. Well, I guess if you own a Clash Wonder, you'll get better season rewards. Cool. I think only having the tree was very limiting, so I like that. When fighting against enemies in the alliance initial place, you and your allies can enjoy combat bonuses. I really like this because what happened was people would steamroll, so by the time they're invading your initial place, they were just so over buffed it was useless. So hopefully the buff is like significant to be able to negate the fact that by the time they're invading your initial place, they basically had T10s when they're using T7s. It was insane. Lowered the requirements for alliance occupation rewards. I don't remember what those were, so okay. Added new alliance resource nodes. I like the alliance resource nodes. It allows them to gather special ant troops together. It makes it a little bit more alliance friendly, and it allows like lower, weaker players to gain the benefit of seasoned soldier ants faster. So I really like that. Island resource nodes have been changed to soldier ant colonies. Cool. Attacking a neutral soldier ant colony no longer generates severely injured soldiers. That's huge. Huge, huge, huge. Stationing and invading alliance towers requires 5 points of stamina. I really like that. The infinite free stamina was like mind-boggling, and it was so destructive. So I really like this 5 stamina. It'll make decisions and costs way more educational. So Levi, that's what it says it'll do. That's what it says it'll do. I just don't know what that buff is going to do. Increase the attributes of season 11 soldier ants after enhancement. I really like that. I'm not gonna lie. Season 11 soldier ants really needed to get improved after enhancement. The jump wasn't significant for the cost. I will have T10s maybe by the time we get there, so it'll be cool to be able to see that, but I'll definitely have them sometime in there. I still don't know if I'll do it if the cost is like prohibitive, but it would be something else to do on soldier ant hatch day that doesn't cause my power to go up significantly, because losing 120 mil power recently was, I mean, it's exhausting. It's mind numbing. Every Tuesday, gathering speed will be increased. That's huge. Less time for people to have to gather. My wife, as you all know, is a raider, pure raider, and her being locked out of the game for 2 days was like miserable. So hopefully this gathering speed buff is like significant. Just for the requirements to unlock season milestone Mysterious Wonder, so you have to have unlocked your wonder in order to get that milestone. I like that. Give everyone a chance to get those buffs. When the ruler participates in non-season events, they cannot use season soldier ants. I really like that, because so like if I decide to take a break, not do this Lost Island, I'm not just like locked out of Groundhog. I get to do whatever. Only R5 and R4 members can check the current number of clay. I don't know how I feel about that, because I thought R3, I mean, yeah, if R3s can still place, then it's awful. And then R5 and officers can send people home. I like that they're giving more privileges to the officers overall, but I think that this will cause a little bit of controversy because there are some people that are in alliances that just gave officer to whoever because it didn't matter, right? And now it's going to matter significantly. After the alliance initial place of wonder are occupied by other alliances, the following bonuses will still be effective. Alliance members can teleport their anthills for free in the initial place. Alliance members can teleport their anthills to neutral territory. So I really like this. Hopefully it means that you can teleport anywhere inside of the initial area, even if you don't have a wonder. That way you're not locked out of the game. It makes quitting a lot less appealing if that's exactly how it works, because it was bogus to be locked out of the game for 2-3 weeks. It really shut it down. And then new feature Q&A for ants has been added to the season. Learn more from seasons and receive rewards. Oh, okay. If this is anything like normal Q&As, it's non-educational and ends up typically causing arguments, and I'm not very excited about it. I will try to address Q&A answers and questions as logically and as reasonably as possible. I understand that a lot of misinformation comes out of there due to like translation issues and stuff like that. So I will do my best to try and fix the rumors before they become argumentational points. All right. I missed one. New Hornet Invasion event rewards, season 11 soldier ants, and 500% Lost Island fruit drops. The event will be available on Saturday and Sunday during the season. Okay, cool. That means more chances for tertiary eggs. Lost Island fruit is what you need to enhance the building, so I like that. Make it more free to play friendly. And getting some season 11 soldier ants always sounds cool. After successful sign up, new season strategy mail will be sent to rulers to help them learn about the season faster. I don't really, again, the more information the game puts out, the worse it gets sometimes, just because of like translation issues. I'm not saying it's intentional. I'm saying that sometimes it's either dumbed down too much and people get annoyed by it, and sometimes there's misinformation due to translation issues. Not intentional, just translation issues. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. Alliance coordinates can be shared to the Alliance chat and sent via Alliance mail. Tap the shared coordinates to go to the target location. Cool, sounds great. Passes between Coral Island and Fishbone have been reduced from 5 to 4. That's huge. It made no sense that they were 5, so I'm really happy. Rulers can continue to attack season creatures during the season settlement period. Awesome. It was very frustrating to be not able to gain all those bonus resources. Adjusted some season milestones. Cool. Adjusted some season achievements and adjusted some rewards. Cool. Overall, I think the update will be healthy. My number one concern is people still leaving the game due to burnout and their alliance not wanting to leave. However, the ability to teleport anywhere in your initial area, if that's how it is meant to read, should hopefully solve that. Also, my biggest concern out of this entire thing is the Lost Island fruit that can heal seasoned soldier ants. If that's locked behind a pay-to-win wall, or if that's whatever, it's gonna end really poorly. So I'm very nervous about that specific aspect. Do you guys have any questions on that? Any questions, any differing opinions? Happy to talk about anything. Any questions, comments, concerns, queries, or conundrums? Happy to talk about anything. Happy to answer any questions. Happy to push anything that you guys need. Just let me know. So for those not aware, the reason I'm kicking people out of this squirter, I'm king on server 7 because I planned on being on for so long because I wanted to drop power. I've dropped a lot of power. I still have 11 more mil power to drop. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it today. But we as a server agreed that server 69 squirter was like the safe place. For PvP is going to be Giant Tooth, Giant Tooth, Slim Arched, Laffy Sniffer. Giant Tooth, Slim Arched are still insane. So unfortunately, that's probably the best PvP lineup. There are some ants that can arguably do good, but not better than Giant Tooth, Slim Arch. And then Laffy Sniffer is an insane DPS. I really like it. No. Check you. It's send them home from like a tower or fortress. It says reputate. Sorry, I'm bad at that R word, but it's talking about send them home from stationed alliance towers and fortresses. So if like someone is gathering and then trying to send them home from like fortress or send them to an alliance tower, they can send them home, which is like a healthy thing because if you remember from the last event, the higher the troops, the faster the tower build. So the issue with Nimble, Wise, and then Laffy Sniffer for PvP, not saying like your opinion is necessarily incorrect. The biggest issue is that they're it's like super aggressive, and I'm happy for that to be a thing, for it to be super aggressive. But typically speaking, you want 2 support ants right now over just 1 in like 3v3 duels, and shooters are like super weak. So if you don't have enough of that, they can get wiped pretty fast. I guess if you have the combat speed advantage and you're not in like duels, if you're in like regular PvP, then I would agree that like Nimble, your lineup. I'd agree with your lineup. Yeah, Laffy Sniffer is insane. I can't believe that ant was made. Pops, are you still here? I'm happy to talk about the spore thing if you're still here, Pops. Do you guys have anything else? Oh no, you're okay, Pops. If you're asking the question, other people might. So I'm happy to help. So I have, as you can see, I have 12 max ants here, and I have a couple of more that are like being leveled up. The next issue, so the way that I do with this is I upgrade blue insects or blue special ants during special ant CAs until like the last one or the one before that, so that way I can get to 9th chest and then use my spores to level these up. Your limiting factor is going to end up being exotic shells. It's not going to be like your ability to level up. It will take a little bit longer, but overall you get 9th chest. You're not going to make enough spores necessarily to get 9th chest and be able to upgrade these things to level 20 if that's all you do. Even like, so I try to save, right? This is my free to play account. I'm starting to save orange special ant eggs for like special ant hatch days where I want to get something. So with that thought process in mind, it's very important for me to try and maximize the small amount of spores that I get. I usually start a special ant day with 5,000-6,000 spores, so I'm at 5,400. I hatch in between, so it's 80 purple eggs at Queen 25. It's 80 purple eggs in order to do a complete CA. So I usually hatch in between 80 to 240 purple eggs a week. I just get that many a week, and then I will spore throughout the week. So I have 42 available, and I'll just come in and I'll spore. So that way I maximize how many spores I get. It's really important. Again, the daily tasks are to do, 3 spores, and I want to get to 500 every day in order to get the secondary egg. Now, I won't get to level 5 today because I'm trying to kill off all this power, right? But other days, I want to get to level 5 as frequently as possible. Boy, it doesn't matter. A bioessence upgrade is going to boost your account by approximately 8 levels inside of the cave, no matter where you do. What does matter is that you upgrade all 4 genetics to level 1 before you upgrade another one to level 2. Only thing that matters. Yeah, Pops, unfortunately that's kind of like what you're stuck with doing. That's that's what I do on both my accounts. So I do the same thing here. I'm stuck on exotic shells. I technically can use them. My plan is to do this one since I have 1 crimson fragger and it's so consistent. I want to level this up to level for 2 stars since I use it for both my Panglion events. Yeah, no problem, boy. Happy to help. What else you guys got? Any other questions? Again, happy to help. Happy to do whatever. Yeah, absolutely, Pops. It's my pleasure to teach the community as much as possible. Yeah, Daniel, they're doing it every other week. Yep, you are correct. It should pop on reset. I do not like the pace of events though. That's my only issue. Nah, Pops. Shooters aren't super weak. It's just that uh being too aggressive with any troop is bad, right? So like I'm a carrier main and I'm still, support, control, support, both of them, control. This one's double DPS, but if we're honest, my bullet should probably be where my Crimson Fragger is, and my Crimson Fragger should be where Jack Jumper is. And then this is my 3rd March. It's not real. Like, don't hold my 3rd or my 4th March against me, right? That's weird. It's a 4th March. I like Wise Berserker. I think Wise Berserker is a okay ant. Yeah. I think Wise Berserker is a good, if not better than good, ant. Do I own Wise Berserker on this account? I guess I do. Yeah. I think that it needs nimble in order to like really pop off. It needs nimble to really pop off. But other than that, I think it's good. Nimble allows for the extra hits. I don't agree with that, Daniel. I think that Wise requires Nimble Treant to, be like exceptional. I think that Laffy Sniffer is insane by itself. But it's good to have differing opinions. The community benefits from it. So I'm not saying your opinion is like invalid and you shouldn't have it. What else, you guys? Yeah, I think that's like a fair thought process, which is like super bad for PvP because you kind of want to consistently deal damage and move on. That's why Crimson Fragger is better for PvP, but Wise is probably better for PvE. Yeah, sure, Pops. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Lathy. I'd probably run both. But Lathy. Ruby's trash, boy. Biggest mistake I ever made was to level it up, but I did it for you guys. I leveled up Ruby Slender for you guys. It is a maxed ant right here. And unless they buff it somehow, it's going to stay right here. My current special ant that I'm working on is Reap Master, and then I'll max Mimicry Master. The reason I'm doing that is for Peng Leon event. Yeah, Ruby Thunder is trash. Absolute garbage. Dusky Lurker is solid. I think it needs 5-star to be like insane, but I think Dusky Lurker is definitely like B tier, maybe A tier. Daniel, if I ever decide to spend $250 on the game again for a special ant, I'll probably buy an insect first. I really wish I had an Emperor Scorpion, but even like last event, I was like, nah, I'm not interested. Maybe this like new special ant or new insect that I expect to come up, not this event, but the one after. That's kind of when I expect the carrier one to come up. I will build it, or I will buy it. But for right now, it's just not up my alley. Ghost Ant doesn't necessarily need 2 stars either. 80% still 80%. No, not at all, Ulix. Ulexi. I never remember how to say your name. I do not believe that it's worth it. Due to the fact that the rewards are not insane and the fact you can get personal rewards by yourself. If you like struggle to max out personal rewards, maybe, but you don't. And T10s are way more beneficial for every other game mode. You keep all special ants and only shell after you have skill 6 unlocked on it. So like I am strictly a carrier player on this account. My guardians only have non-creature main ones, and my shooters are like over here, but that is only because T10s weren't out at the time. So I was investing into something else because I only had so many Evos. I'm only a carrier main, and I still keep like Wise Berserker, Jet Black, Mimicry Master, right? Like the masters are insane for Alliance Expedition, but I think it's important and healthy to keep at least 2 copies, one for the original and one for skill 6. Maybe I don't understand the question, Ulexi. But or maybe I don't know what update you're talking about, but I'm gonna be honest, I would still focus T10s. New building, Soldier Reform pool has been added. A brand new feature, Soldier Reforms, is now available. Used to boost your power. Trial of Valor adjustment. This has been fixed to open every Wednesday to Friday. The event rewards have been changed to items related to Soldier Reform. Is Trial of Valor Peng Leon? After the Queen reaches level 22, the Soldier Reform chest has been added to 500 point tier reward in the daily task. So now 500 points will be even more important. Brand new game mode community in the Ants community. Tap the game community to enter a new game community. You need to go to the App Store and get the game to the latest version to enjoy this. New feature, share formations has been added. Rulers can share their formations and march units to Alliance chat. Okay. Season up requirements have been adjusted. At least 50 different members have logged in. Sure. New feature, cross server. New feature, rulers can now check ways of getting special ants. Cool. New feature, cooldown has been added for dissolving the alliance by the alliance leader. The alliance leader cannot dissolve the alliance during the cooldown. Adjusted the requirements for displaying the talent reset seaweed. The VIP store, reach level 25 queen. Sure. Optimize the logic of blocked words in chat. Hopefully that makes it better because it's getting worse and worse. New features: the total number of shells of each quality is now displayed in the redemption screen of the mutation pool. Optimize the display of alliance information on the screen after tapping on the anthill. That seems fine. Fix the display issue of the red dots in the ants completed walkthrough screen. Awesome. I hate the red dots. Fix the display of the issue of trial value points ranking screen. Cool. Sure. So Penguin's going to be available every week now. That's a little bit annoying. I really liked that it was every other week. We don't know what Soldier Reforms is going to offer, so I struggle to make an adjustment about that. But assuming, right, so they're adding it to an additional, or like to the same tier rewards. They're not asking you to get like 650 points for tier rewards or something like that. Assuming the Soldier Reform is now available, assuming that's just added to personal rewards, there's no reason to not just focus on T10 and continue to push it. Guard General's like B tier, maybe C. Defense is trash. HP and attack are like pretty even depending on goals. Defense is the most useless stat. Thanks, Daniel. One day it'll be made. But like, I guess we'll have to see where it's at, right? So again, I don't see him putting out a new thing per hit, or, you know, like with Groundhog, there's a maximum damage potential. So after 20 mil, it's fine. So T8 boosted will probably be fine. But that's kind of where I'm at. I don't really I don't really see the need to get T9 still. But maybe this update will be insane, and you know, I'm completely wrong. But initially, at this perspective, right, I would say that T9s are not required of all 3 troops. No, I wouldn't run that. I wouldn't run that unless that's what your special lands have available to you. I'm not gonna tell you you shouldn't do anything, but I wouldn't run that. Again, you guys. I apologize for the face cam. I need to figure out this GoPro thing. There's an issue. I don't understand what it is. I thought like the issue would just be like a simple fix, and it's not. I didn't realize it would carry over. So I am working on fixing the GoPro. So hopefully I'll have it soon. That's cool, Ulix. Blood Giant seems okay. You okay, Bill? What else you guys got? Hey, if you guys don't mind, I know this is cheesy and dorky, but if you guys don't mind leaving a like on the video, that'd help out a lot. Help out a ton. Please and thank you. As you get more powerful, the genetics enable the battle to last longer and longer, and because the genetics enable the battles to last longer and longer, those things matter more. But Igmatic Tailor and Golden Sugar aren't ants that I would use unless they're all you have. Get a DSLR, bro. More better. I don't know what a DSLR is. Is that a camera? If so, that's fine. But I haven't. I've only spent money on my setup that I've made from YouTube. So Hopefully one day I can afford it, but for now I'm just working with what I have. What else you guys got? Yeah, no problem. Happy to help. What else, you guys? Yeah, my Shikari Master is beautiful. It's probably it. I love Shikari Master, even though it's not the best special ant for carriers anymore. I would say Golden Crystal is. Shikari Master is my personal pet. Golden Crystal is better. Golden Crystal is better. Check this out. Killa, I do not have money to just buy it. I have to get it from YouTube funds. I don't understand. Admiral, overall, I'd probably say shooter. I don't regret going carrier main, but shooters have a benefit against shooters have a benefit against groundhog, so probably shooters just because you want groundhog points. Yes, Gravedigger is worth it without Golden Crystal. It's not like insane, but I still think it's worth building. So this is a 6-star Shikari Master. This is a 0-star Golden Crystal. Not saying like it's purely like, I mean, 3 more skill activations here, but you got to remember 6 skills level 20. My attack's level 20 here. My 2 skills are level 20 here. So Golden Crystal also has passive damage even if it dies. And Golden Crystal, because it has passive damage based off of poison, is even more consistent in my opinion than Shikari Master. And Shikari Master isn't good if the fight is fast, right? So sometimes in 3v3, there's not all those skills like evos and evolutions causing the battle to last forever. So Shikari Master, while still an amazing special ant, struggles to perform the same way Golden Crystal does. Thanks, Tom. I really appreciate it. I love Golden Crystal. Yeah, that's my Panglion hit for 306 mil. Hey, what's up, Gaming Norm? Yeah, Golden Crystal's insane. Show some stats. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I remember I am free to play minus creature remains, so my stats are not insane. Like, my stats are not like this overpowered insane stuff. It's pretty basic. I don't have a whole lot going on. I think Golden Crystal would have done you better even without a dupe. If you're a carrier main, even without being a carrier main, I think that Golden Crystal would have done you better, if you want me to be honest. Yeah, absolutely, Admiral. I'm a carrier main. I don't regret it. Again, I love carriers. I think that they're phenomenal. But overall, I think that the game modes, for the most part, prefer shooters against like Groundhog, right? And even though so when I started the game, Groundhog didn't prefer it. You could hit this hard just as hard with carriers, so a little bit frustrating in that regard. What else you guys got? What else would you guys like help with? Again, I'm happy to answer anything, happy to show off anything. Does not bother me at all. So Admiral, if your shooter evos don't get worked on because you're like doing carriers like I do, then your groundhog's gonna do better with shooter or with carriers. So like here, you can see my groundhog hit is 180 damage. So same formation that I use for Penglion. Golden armor, Shikari Master, Golden Crystal. Only use golden armor if it's 2-star. Otherwise, it's trash. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. I would not say Dark Giant's the best ant in the game. That is my thoughts on Dark Giant. B, maybe C tier. There's exactly 0 chance I will ever say Dark Giant. Well, I guess not 0 chance, but Dark Giant is not the best ant in the game, gaming norm. Not for a far shot. Driver is the worst ant in the game. I would rather have a golden spiny than a driver ant. Hey, what's up, Victor? What you got? I built driver a long time ago, so I still have driver, but I would rather have a golden spiny than driver. Yeah, exactly, Victor. Dark Giant used to be Panda Counter. That is true. Dark Giant used to be very good, but not anymore. Likely 0, boy. No, Luciente. That's not how that works. But if your golden spiny is 8-star, and you are still super low on power, you're doing something wrong, because that shouldn't be possible. Should not be possible. Wouldn't you like PvP at tournament style, so tier and stuff like that? I don't understand the question, gaming norm. Pay to win from events or RNG. I also don't like the lineup of GT Slim Arched and GT Slim Arched and GT Slim Arched and Mimicry Master. That doesn't sound great, so. Yeah, Victor, I agree. I think I said that I would not spend any on there, but maybe I missed it. I apologize if I did. What else you guys got? What other questions? Again, happy to help at all. If I am answering a question and an ad pops up, please just like let me know, and I will do my best to answer the question again. Ads are set to like run every 30 minutes or something like that. What else you guys got? I don't care about duels at all. So for those that are like, why aren't you adjusting formations? That would be why. It's not important to me. I do it for the free stuff. Gaming norm. I don't have any squirters to really hit. I have I don't really have any squirters to hit. And the squirter hits I did do was to kill off troops. So I had like genetics removed and stuff like that because I was just ramming troops in to be able to kill as much stuff as possible. I went from like 101 mil power on this account down to 50 mil power, and my server 7 account is down from 179 mil power to like 51 mil power. I still need to drop power on that account though, so I need to be down to 40 mil power. No, Crab is better than Atlas Beetle because of the bonus stats. Better Alliance Expedition ratings and potentially better Lost Island ratings. Overall, it's because it's the rule of the Alliance and I don't care enough to fight it. It doesn't matter to me. Power doesn't matter. I think it's pretty funny when people like are like, "Oh no, your power's so low. Why are you worried? Or why aren't you worried? Power's not real. As long as I have enough troops to fill my marches, it doesn't bother me at all. I can hunt insects with level 1 uh like carriers, so why do I care about having, 6 million shooters? Right? I don't know if that makes sense. Don't know if that makes sense. Second March for shooters free to play. Are you looking for like PvP, like are you looking for what's your first March already? And do you have Lost Island Ants? So if you're free to play Admiral, I think that Atlas Beetle is your best orange ant. If you're free to play, I think Atlas is your best orange ant, especially with Panglion being a thing. If you're pay to win, I think you make a 9-star of your specialty insect and then a Atlas or two. Like I did. I made 2 Atlases and 2 Scorpions. GTSA Frager. All 2-star is your first one. Probably nimble, wise, and so maybe like nimble bullet ant wise, or maybe like nimble JJ wise, something like that. Probably something like that. Yeah, no problem, Admiral. Again, it's completely situational. I really think Atlas is starting to shine as a free to play player for like guards or for Panglion. So on my alt account, or not my alt account, I don't think this is an alt account anymore. But on my server 7 account, as you can see, I have like a level 8 and level 7 gold ant, and I'm still not starring it up because I'm hoping to get my insect or my Atlas Beetle to level 6. Because if I can go 2, or if I can get, this to level 6, I can combine it with the Hermit Crab, combine it with the Giant Mantis, combine it with the Scorpion, and have an Atlas Beetle for everything. And then that's where I'll invest my levels too. To Evo all 4 marches. You'll eventually get to a point in the game, Admiral, where you're maxing all non-creature Evos at all times. Leaf Devourer is broken. En un momento, por favor. Yeah, I can agree with you that Leaf Devourer is pretty good. Probably rate it S tier in PvP. Golden Spiny is for wild creatures. It makes it useless. Congrats, Admiral. I'm upping Reapmaster as a carrier main. I play with BlueStacks. It's what I've been using since before I played Ants. And yes, I play on on the computer. I also play on my phone, but in order to stream to you guys, I play on my computer. I could never imagine streaming from a phone. That seems like super unprofessional. It would drive me nuts. And that just sounds like bad luck. I don't know what to tell you. Oh my gosh, why is that one so far behind in stamina? I'm just gonna send that one. I'm just gonna send that one. I hate uneven stamina. It drives me nuts. What else you guys got? Any more questions? Any more comments, concerns, queries, conundrums, quiffles, quabbles, quibbles? Happy to answer anything. Happy to talk about the update, skill pattern. I've never had an issue with BlueStacks ever before in my life. Iron Beetle, and Iron Beetle. Stag Beetle garbage. Stag Beetle is the one with healing, right? Almost 100% confident on that. Hopefully. Yeah. My computer's pretty powerful. It has to be able to stream. My entire computer setup is worth a pretty penny. So, yeah. It may be that it lags on older computers. I have no idea. I used to play it on a laptop and I had no issues. So, I honestly don't know. No, healing mechanics are trash. Healing mechanics are trash. There has not been a good healer. They need to revamp healers, in my opinion. What else you guys got? What else? Again, not trying to be needy, but if you guys don't mind, I would love for like to be dropped on the video. Helps a lot. Sorry, that's my kitten purring into the microphone. He had surgery like a week and a half ago, and he's like pretty needy right now. He gets his stitches out on Monday. We're really excited about it. Hey, what's up, Marwan? What else you guys got? Any other questions, you guys? Happy to talk about anything related to ants. Anything at all. What is the range of Dark Giant? I'm fairly confident it specifies. One sec. Dark Giant. Effective range 5. 2 random friendly squads within effective range. I don't understand. It says right there. Acid General is not very good. Probably C tier, maybe D. Frag, GA, JJ sounds fine as long as Golden Armor is 2-star. Admiral, hatching orange ants or orange eggs when you feel comfortable with it. And there's the pay to win option. It sometimes shows up in events that are being hosted every other week right now. And with those events, there's usually a random assortment of free to play ants you can buy specifically for $250. It's not like an awful thing. I'd probably use Acid General in March like 1, maybe March 1, maybe March 2. Sorry, March 2, maybe March 3. Not like awful. One random friendly squad within effective range. So one random friendly squad is one random friendly squad anywhere inside of the March unit. Reinhardt, that's my microphone. Please don't do that. I do not need a driver ant. I do not. Thank you though. U1 Crimson Frigger is like the most consistent special ant in the game. So I don't know if it is necessarily because it's necessarily because it is, better than Jack Jumper. It's because it's more consistent. So like it's better for PvP overall, but for PvE like Groundhog, I still prefer Jack Jumper. I still need to drop 8 mil power, and I don't see that happening today. I do not see dropping 8 mil power happening today. No. They claim that there will be, and technically there usually is, where they give like 20 fragments every other event. So over the course of 10 months, you could get 1 copy. So it'd take 20 months in order to get, 2 copies. March speed is upped via evolution. Like, what type of march speed? Combat speed? Combat speed is improved one way, and then march speed is improved another way. So I don't know which one you want. Alliance power in server 7 is like 5 mil or something like that. I don't know. 8 mil. 8.5 mil. 8.5 mil. Yep. That's where we're at. Yep. But I need to drop down to 5 mil. Doesn't matter, or I need to drop down to 40 mil. It doesn't matter where other people are. It doesn't matter if they follow the rules. I have established, or there's a rule inside of our alliance, and it would be very inconsiderate and rude to not follow the rules. So the rule is to, Admiral, so there's an evolution called Packlight, increases march speed. There's a couple of skins that increase march speed, I believe. And then there is the masters, right? So Chicory Master, Reap Master, Mimicry Master. And then there is your insect, and then using like T1, T2 carriers because your special ints are very good. I don't have a main or alt. They're just two different accounts. I play them just as much, so it's hard for me to call them an alt account. I guess like technically one's my free to play account and one's my pay to win account, but I would not call one an alt and one a main anymore. I play them just as evenly. I've made completely different friends and completely different, bonds with both players. Yeah, I mean, 3 masters would be a steed sack. I mean, Admiral, if you have a 9-star insect, you can basically almost always run T1 to probably T2 carriers, and that makes your marches pretty fast. But your evo for carriers have to be pretty good too. So like my carrier evos are pretty high. I'm almost T10, right? I'm at 91, 92%, something like that. And so I can get away with running, T1, T2s for hunting scorpions. I still can't get away with that for running or for hunting lizards, but yeah. Yeah, now there's insect talent boost. There wasn't before. Sorry, my brain skipped that part. Server 193 FHM. We just parted ways. I don't know, nothing. Wasn't for me. The nerd herd was in, or most of the nerd herds in server 260. So server 260, shout out if you guys want to migrate. I would strongly recommend server 260. Is inside of Sin. Really like the alliance, like the people there. So there's that. And then server 7 against server 2. I assume that's happened. I don't really pay attention to what servers we've gone against, but we like win two pairings in a row and then we lose. So I mean, I don't pay attention that much. I didn't even know we were against server like 423 until today when I was trying to zero my things on my server 260 account. It doesn't really bother me for what, like, it doesn't bother me who we go against. It doesn't matter to me. So I don't waste my effort or energy on it. I'm just here to have fun and talk to people, try and teach people at the same time. Not here to worry about sweat the small stuff like that. Oh, okay. Cool. Sounds great. Creative. I've never paid attention. It's not an interest to me. Not an interest. Maybe one day it'll be like super important to me. But for now, it is not. Well, man, I need to drop 8.6 more mil power, and I don't think I'm doing it today. Do not think I'm doing it today. It has been a trip, though. I've been pushing it as hard as I can. As hard as I can. I started this out as 172 or 179 mil power today. I'm down to 48 mil power. If that's not fucking... sorry, pardon my language. If that's not doing my job to the best of my abilities, then I don't know what is. Like... There's not an official start date for Lost Island yet. A lot of people are speculating the 28th, as the 18th is way too soon. And they said they would be in July. Again, though, you might like unlock the sign up sometime during the week. And it is also important to note that it says it'll start with a small test group and then expand on from there. So I'd expect server 2 through server 50 to be the small test group again, and then, you know, expand from there. Server 2 to server 150, server 150 to 300, etc., etc. Admiral, if there's no defense set, it's good to use like T1, T2 carriers. If there's high defense set, I mean, I use carriers to raid because I'm a carrier main. What else, you guys? I don't raise hills for Alliance Expedition. I gather. Do not raid. I only gather. I mean, you're not the only one that agrees with the, or that says that, but I disagree with Herder being the best class in the game. I'm a double cultivator main. Both accounts are. Everyone's you know, allowed their own opinion, even if it's the incorrect opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, when's migration, Lovex? I haven't seen anything about migration at all, so I don't know what you're talking about. Do not know what you're talking about. If you're able to elaborate, that'd be pretty cool. Cultivators better points for gathering, Daniel. Uline, I mean, they used to say that migration was going to happen in July, but I don't think it's going to happen anymore because they're doing the other thing. I don't mind Herder or Raider at all. It's just I think it'd be incorrect to say that it is the best. It's SVS focused. Oh, LoveX, it's not migration into other servers for thing. It's cross server participation. It should allow people that missed migration to still be able to do Lost Island with like their friends. I think it's a pretty cool concept. We'll see how it gets executed here soon. But it just needs to get executed for us to be able to truly evaluate you know, at like real thoughts and opinions on the subject matter. It should be pretty cool though. Should be pretty cool. Get a title every week. Titles give more points. So get a title, get points, be awesome. Best I got for you. Personally, I think it's better to focus on T10s. Well, you know, T9s would make. Oh, well, T9s would make Guardian shooter better, I guess. T10s will help you in Groundhog for shooters, and T10s give more stats and really Guardian Shooter is just for Guardians to be a meat shield. So you're not looking for like DPS or anything, and Guardians have pretty good like protective stats already, so it's not really, it doesn't seem very important or relevant to do that. What else you guys? Yeah, Victor. That's what my wife runs, and we haven't had an issue with like T8 boosted Guardians for GSS. I mean, like her next evolution might be T9 Guardians after she gets T10 shooters, but it's not like a huge focus. Interesting, you one. I wonder if there's a combat speed discrepancy with you being so high in T10s. A lot of people in your bracket may have bought bioessence from events, enabling them to have a significant higher amount of combat speed. I would also not mind seeing what those formations look like. All right, you guys. Chat's kind of slowed down a little bit. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. Please, you guys, remember I'm on Discord. Happy to help. Just tag me in Discord, and I'll do my best to respond. With that, you guys, you know how it goes. You can catch me in the YouTube comments. I do my best to respond down there. You can find me on Discord. I am the most active talker on there. Feel free to tag me, and I'm happy to help you. Or, worst case scenario, you can catch me on server 260 or server 7. Until next time, y'all. Stay humble, stay happy, stay hungry. Bye, y'all.